There really is no getting over how happy I look when I am outside and surrounded in the greenery. It's just so awesome. It's just so wonderful to know for certain one of the things that just sincerely makes my heart happy is being out here. I mean, look at the leaves behind me, you guys. Look at this. Look at this beautiful, beautiful day. This is just, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's so beautiful here. And I almost got hit in the head with the pine cone, and it's still beautiful. That was pretty hilarious. That was a big old pine cone. Well, yeah, you're pretty too, I guess. But yeah, I'm at the lake. That's the red-shouldered hawk you can hear in the background. And I'm gonna walk over and see if I can find it soon. But today is another one of my love stories to the lake that's being written. I was sitting in my office and I tried vlogging earlier and something fell out of touch, and I have been working. I got some adventures done in Star Stable, reuniting long lost family that didn't even know they existed in Star Stable, and told a little bit of adventures in Wolf Quest, and I was gearing up to add a hedgehog into zoo crafting today. A really cute hedgehog who's going to leave summer flowers everywhere in our yard, and I love it. I love those details. I love just, my goal whenever I create something is never to think about like, well, how popular is this going to be? It's always thinking about, what is the spark? What's the creative spark? What's the excitement about this story that I love that really just makes my heart sing? And I was thinking about the hedgehog, and I was like, yeah, I'm super excited about the hedgehog in zoo crafting. But then the more I sat there and tried to get ready to record, the more I realized that I needed to recharge outside to get even more excited for the hedgehog. So I came out here and I've been looking on the ground and thinking, if there was a little hedgehog here, what would it like in the forest? And just those kinds of little thoughts. I gathered up a bunch of little flowers earlier that I found. I found a feather, which was really cool. I seem to find a feather every time I go down that forest path. And then I've just been sitting here basking in the beautiful day and continuing to tell my love story with the lake just by spending time with it. And I'm happy. I'm so happy. And I keep expecting myself to feel guilty because I'm not inside working, and it's summer, the most critical time to work for a YouTuber. And the thing is, it's to a point now where I need to make room for more than just work in my life, and everyone who loves me has been telling me that in detail for a long time. And I think whenever I need to think about like what my goals should be, I think what would make Chips happy. And he's an amazing person, so what makes him happy is seeing me healthy and happy and engaged in creative pursuits that I love. Oh, and now the pine tree has dropped pine needles on me. Thank you, I guess. And that's not, even though I could trick myself into thinking it, that's not spending all day inside at my office. That's, I don't even have an office yet. What office am I talking about? My corner in the living room. I'll have an office. There's a duck. There's a duck over there. It's going to find things outside. It's going on adventures. It's becoming healthier. It's just, how do I expect myself to have the creative energy to create something amazing if I don't nurture the tree that bears the creative fruit, if that makes sense? Everything in my life is a garden metaphor, if you haven't noticed by now. But I've begun to realize that the things I create on the main channel, which are now my livelihood and my career and my legacy, which is really humbling to think about, those things are nurtured. Oh guys, look. Yeah. Those things are nurtured by real life adventure and discovery and beauty. And I love it. But I've been really hard on myself to see X number of videos made a day, and there is a bit of pressure when you're your only boss that you do have to put in so that you don't slack off. It's very easy to slack off as a YouTuber, And there's so much busy work that you can distract yourself with and think, oh, I'm doing something important, but it's not the most important thing, which is to produce more content. And I think I've finally found a happy balance, or the idea, the outline, the guidelines, the path to a happy balance, I should say. I haven't actively gotten it in my life yet, but the realization, the guideline of a happy balance, that to harvest those creative fruits that I get to share with everyone and that affect so many people's lives in such positive and amazing ways. I have to, even if people who are so impatient to see like the next of X series come out, even if they don't understand, I have to come out here. I have to be part of this, and I have to see other goals in my life move forward too. Like fitness goals, goals to try new things, goals to go on adventures, goals to do new things basically. And that'll be really fun when we go to Ann Arbor, because we'll go to concerts, and Chips is really looking forward to weekly seminars that anybody can go to that are at the university. So I'll probably go and attend those. He's going to be walking to work at the school, to classes and work at the school every day that he goes, which is 3 days out of the week. And so on those days he'll be walking 3 miles, a mile and a half there, a mile and a half back, and not counting all of the walking around campus. And I told him I want to match him mile for mile. So once we move, I'm going to have that space that I'm going to make in my life, because we'll come out and we'll spend 3 miles of going on adventures together, and it won't be here. This is my love story to the lake. It won't be this lake anymore. And I realized yesterday this is my last summer in the United States for the next foreseeable future, like next 6, 7, 10 years is probably the last summer I'm ever going to be in the United States, because we'll be traveling to probably Taiwan next year, and then Tokyo next year, and Singapore the year after that. The thing is, it's so easy to plan that far out, because in the academic world, planning 7 years ahead is the norm, like to stay on track. And that's not even counting any of the extra research that he might need to do, and that he wants me to go with him is amazing, you guys. How sad would it be if the love of my life, my best friend and partner, who is my buddy and who can read my mind, and I don't mean that in the like lovey-dovey way, I mean he makes me cry when he, like, I'll start saying something and he's like, yeah, you want such and such, and I'm like, how did you know? How did you know? I'll tell you more stories about how he reads my mind one day, because that'll make a fun little like video to share with you guys. But like, the guy who can read my mind that well, and who's my best friend, and also like, he's very blunt, so he's really great for me, because if you try to like kind of pamper yourself in the wrong way, like if you try to make excuses, that's what I'm saying, if you try to make excuses for yourself, Chips is like 100% blunt, and he'll just be like, nah. So we're really good for each other, and I love him so much. But how much would it suck if he was like, no, these are business trips, I'm going away for 3 to 4 months out of the year, every single year, on these awesome adventures in Asia, and you can't come. And he wants me there, is the bottom line. Is he has always talked about it as when we go together, and he already is like picking out parks to go to, natural places of beauty that he knows I'll love. He is so amazing. But yeah, that little ramble aside, this is my last summer in the United States for a long time, and that's amazing. And so it kind of compounds the reality that this is the last June I'll ever be at this lake. It's the first and last June. And I'm really glad that after we move, I don't have to say that anymore. It can be the first and last December I spend in Michigan at least 6 times before I have to think about something else. But you know what, even if something changes and we go somewhere else, as long as I have the realization that it's important to go and try new things and to nurture myself creatively, even if it feels like the least productive thing in the world to go and sit and stare at a lake for an hour, it's the most important. As long as I can realize those things, and as long as I can find ways of sharing my joy and adventure with all of you, with everyone, with anyone, with myself, with my journals, whatever it takes, then I think no matter what, I'll be happy. I've rambled. I don't even know what I said anymore, but it was from my heart. So that's the goal. This is so cool. You can see all of these different berries along here, and you can hear, even if you can't see, all of the big locusts that are jumping around inside the grass. No idea what these berries are. I don't think they're edible. You can see some honeysuckle tucked right in there. But this is just on the clearing from where they mowed over here and then left this area wild. So I assume this is what this flat, grassy, open area would look like if they never mowed it. And it's pretty wild. You can see all sorts of spots right here where the woodpeckers have been by to come and get some of the delicious bugs that they can dig out from inside this very old pine tree. You guys, look at them. The one on the picnic table is taking a nap. It's been there for like a couple of minutes while I've been watching it. It's just relaxing in the sunlight. And the one on the bench is just keeping it company. And they're so cute. I love watching squirrels when they nap because they just splay out everywhere and they get so comfy. Hi guys, I'll leave you be now. So I just looped around a little trail that I have never been on. The whole year I've lived here, I have never been on that little trail, and I had no idea where it led. And I had a good little adventure, and it occurred to me, it's kind of ridiculous that I've lived here for a year, and I still haven't walked over there. It's just like a minute off the trail where I normally walk, but I walked here for the first time and just kept going the same path over and over and over again. And so I'm gonna have a goal, and hopefully it'll be a vlogging channel goal, because then I might actually follow through on it. But I'm gonna have a goal to walk at least a minute in a new direction and just see where it takes me. So go in a new direction at least once a week. And that should be fun. That might be like a little mini series, like in a new direction, and just take off. And even if it's just 1 minute in a completely new direction, I think that's a really healthy thing to do now and then. And it'll definitely help me learn about and fall in love with the city that I'm moving to a lot faster, because there's nothing that can really help you become familiar with where you live than actually getting out and being part of it. So I'm really excited. For the record, it smells like honeysuckles over here, and it's amazing. I'm back to that spot on the lake that I like to sit at. I'm sitting on a picnic table. But I'll come and sit on it and just look out at the water. It's actually really nice. It's probably in the mid-80s today, and that's not bad compared to where I'm used to growing up in Missouri and Texas, where this time of year is easily 110 like plus degrees some years. And nobody's really here today, I think, because it's the middle of the day on a Friday and it's hot, and I've spent like 2 hours just wandering, and I'm so happy. And I just wanted to say that I'm so happy, and I'm still figuring out how to explain what it feels like to come and do this and have no purpose, to just wander aimlessly and find little discoveries and record and picture them and share them and kind of engrave them into my heart and be inspired by them in small ways and big ways. And it's so hard to explain how wanderless, like aimless wandering is so important and so transformational in my life. But I feel amazing. I'm sweaty and I've been out in the middle of the day in the summer for 2 hours, which normally would put me like in bed for a week, but lately the vitamins and everything I've been taking seems to be really, really helping with how sick I get. So that's really, really great. And yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy, and I can't explain it. I can't quantify it. I can't put a number or a value on it. All I can say is that I'm happy, and I feel like I've deeply watered the roots of that creative tree that I need to take care of in order to do what I do. And I love what I do. But I think that's the thing I'm learning, is that you can really, 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 really love what you do and still need to do new things too, adventure too. Growing in the thing that you love and the thing that you do isn't always just directly taking care of that thing. Sometimes it's just wandering around aimlessly, and sometimes it's developing tiny baby skills in new areas that you probably won't advance any further than tiny baby skills, but all of it contributes to the whole picture and the whole health of who you are. And I just need to accept that and stop being terrified of the tens of thousands of people as we get bigger on the main channel who can't wait to see this series or that series or this series. And so I'm so busy trying to harvest the fruit off of the tree that I'm not taking care of the tree. And like I said, everything in my life is a garden metaphor, but that's because it's easy to visualize those kinds of metaphors for me. But I feel so much better. I feel good. I feel happy. It's not like I wasn't happy before. It's not like there was anything to fix. I think that's the other thing, is that so often to do these kinds of things where we're really authentically, truly, deeply taking care of ourselves, and not in the pampery way, but the real way, sometimes you put them off until like your needs are in the red, you're feeling kind of critical, you're starting to hit the ground. And really, it's much better just to come out and do them when they can make you stronger instead of just make you feel normal. So it's been amazing. And there's a katydid on the ground. Did you guys see the katydid? That's so cool. So he's hanging out on the ground with me, trying to pretend he's the leaf. He's really cute. And I'm gonna head back home and show Chips all of the awesome pictures I got. He always is so patient. I get back home and I'm like, darling! And he's like, how was the walk? How's the moss? He always asks me how the moss is because he knows I like to come out to pet the moss. But he'll ask me that, and then he'll patiently sit through like a dozen pictures. I take usually like 100 to 200 pictures every one of these walks. And he'll patiently sit through that. Ah, fish are jumping in the lake, that's so cool. Well, I show him. And I'm just happy. And I'm ready to go take care of my zoo crafting hedgehog, so I can go and tell that story now. You guys, I'm so excited to share all of the adventures we're going to go on together, and just the life and the growth and the companionship of bringing you with me. And it's really surreal because I know I say it every time, but I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm not trying to go whiz-bang with something special. I guess I appreciate your companionship during my day, and maybe these things are companionship for you too. And that's all I want. Honesty and companionship, and I guess getting to share the life of a very silly 28-year-old woman who has learned to love herself and love everything about the world with you. So that's all I want. Alright, I'm gonna head back now. We'll see if we find anything else cool on my walk home.